Hello and welcome to this video where we're now going to start to actually create our first asset. What we're going to be creating here is something along the lines of this knife. We are not going to be building this knife exactly, but we will be taking some creative directions when it comes to using this as a reference. And so for that, you can see I have a few different images here and a few different designs. So what we're going to do is we need to set up the references in this video. So what we need to do is to create a plane that matches the size of this image here. Now I so happen to know the size here, so what we need to do is we need to open the front viewport. So I'm just going to maximize the perspective view and then press the F to bring up the front viewport. From here, I'm going to drag out a plane. And what I want to do is see here at the bottom it says XYZ. I just want to right click on those spinners, and what that will do is center this object to the center of the world. Now what I may also need to do is go into unit setup. Okay, just make sure that's set to generic. If it's not, then you want to be using generic. So that was customize, unit setup, and just make sure that generic units are checked off here. Like you see, we have this grid and it's a little bit distracting, so I'm going to press the G key to remove the grid. Now under the modify, I'm going to go down to where it says length and width segments, and I'm just going to right click that spinners, and it's going to change it to 1. Now this is where we want to input the values. Now all I'm doing in this video is a sort of basic reference setup, and so I'm matching these values to the size of the pixels of the image. So I happen to know that this is 382 by 1604. Okay, so if you have a different image and you want to find out the size, if you just simply right click and choose properties, and then under details we can see that this was 382 by 1604. So here's what we need to do. We need to now get that image to project onto this plane here. So the way we do that is we press the M key, and this will bring up the material editor. Now don't worry about if you do not understand how to use the material editor just for now, as we will be looking at this in greater detail as we move forward. So what we want to do is we want to click and drag out the standard, and now we see where it says diffuse. Next to that there's going to be this little circular box here. I should just say circle instead of circular box, which doesn't really make sense. Drag out and let go, and you'll see that we should get standard, and then from standard we want to choose bitmap, and then from here we can select that image, and we're just going to double click on the image to open up here. Now what we also need to do is to double click here where it says material 25. We need to double click on this. There we go, and then where it says self-illumination, we want to put this up to 100. And what this is going to do is just going to make sure that this is 100% illuminated and there's no lighting information that's going to be received on this plane. So once we've done that, we want to click this assign material to selection, and then this show shaded material, and this will ensure that that image is now projected onto this plane. So we can close this off, and we have our references set up, and there's just one or two things we want to do from now. So what we want to do is, first of all, is we want to move this back a little because we're going to be modeling our knife right in the center here. And the next thing we want to do is we want to freeze the plane here. And the reason we freeze the plane is so we cannot select it, and so therefore we do not move this around when we are modeling our knife. Now if we select the plane and right click, and then we go to let's see, freeze selection, what we're going to see is that this image here will disappear, will go gray, and so you see that's not very good for us to be used. So if we right click and choose unfreeze all, now if we go to display and then scroll down to the bottom and have this selected, you see this option that says show frozen in gray. We're going to uncheck this. Now when we right click and choose freeze selection, you can see that we can no longer select this plane. So that means that when we start to model, we cannot move this plane around, we cannot alter it, and this is just generally good practice all around. So with that said, thank you for watching, and in the next video we will begin to create the knife.